Well, good evening, sir.
Hello. Hello, candidate number one. How do you think?
Well, actually, I'm feeling humbled and immensely grateful for, of course, the warm welcome of the people of Barangay Balasbas, of course, and of course, at this late night. Thank you so much for staying with us.
Okay. Here's my question. Bukod sa ikado, ay if given a chance, what policy would you create to empower LGBT community? I repeat, if given a chance, what policy would you create to empower LGBT community?
Okay. So the question is, what policy can I create to empower the members of the LGBTIQ+ community?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful question. Well, first and foremost, when we say empowerment, it is, of course, giving the right for the people, of course, to be first educated when it comes to those things. So how can I empower the members of the LGBTIQ+ community? For me, as a future educator, and of course, as a future teacher or a pre-service teacher, I can empower the members of the LGBTIQ+ community first by educating the people, most especially when it comes to the members of the LGBTIQ+ community. Because if we are going to be well educated on these topics, if we know what gender in development is, if we know what's the difference between gender expression, gender identity, then definitely we can have, of course, an amazing world wherein discrimination would be less, and definitely in the future years or in the future, definitely that discrimination will be eradicated because of that education when it comes to gender in development and gender equality. Ladies and gentlemen, this is at this very point of time, we of course are still living in a world full of discrimination as members of the LGBTIQ+ community. And I hope that tonight, as we stand here in front of you, not just to rap on the runways, for us to, of course, for you to be impressed, we are also here for our advocacies to be expressed. As a freshman coordinating council president of year 2019 at the Bicol University College of Education, I have, of course, implemented a project called the Project Real, wherein the real words, aside from it means being true to yourself, being authentic with yourself. It also stands for respect, equality, acceptance, and love. Wherein, of course, we invited speakers from the Gayon Incorporated, wherein, of course, they have conducted 2-day seminar workshop to these future educators. And I believe that through this little effort of us, within the members of the LGBTIQ+ community, if we are going to get the people to get involved, for us, for the children, for the youth to be well educated when it comes to gender development and gender equality. When, of course, I hope that tomorrow we will be able to have a world where no discrimination, wherein the world is, of course, we are not going to judge a person based on their gender identity or based on what is in between their legs. But after all, we are going to, of course, treat people with kindness, love, because after all, love makes the world go round, and we should spread it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, candidate number 1. For this Q&A portion po pala, is it possible na ma-turn off natin yung generator so the candidates can hear the questions? A little request lang daw po. Is it possible daw po?
Dito maano ba?
Okay, thank you so much. For next candidate, candidate number 2, judge number 2, Sir Jeremy Zaria.
Hello, sir, and to the rest of the panel. Okay, candidate number 2, who is my question?
What do you think is the biggest challenge that faced by a trans woman? Again, what do you think is the biggest challenge that faced by a trans woman?
Thank you, sir. Well, before, my answer to that question is actually discrimination. To prove to the society that we are part of this God's creation. But let me tell you, the greatest challenge of being a trans woman is actually proving myself to my parents. Well, actually, my mother was diagnosed with a cancer, and according to the 8 doctors, she has only 5 years to live in. That's maximum. And that is the biggest challenge for me as a trans woman. But I'm so thankful that my father, who is actually a retired military, accepted me for who I am and what I am. Proving my worth, proving myself. I don't care about the judgment of the people because my life started with my home, started with the heart of my family. So I just simply be myself. I finish my education. I continue my journey, my transition from man becoming a woman. Because I don't need the judgment of the people. I just need the love of my parents, especially my mother. Kaya sa mga kabataan, lalo na sa mga natatakot magladlad, nais kong sabihin sa inyo na huwag kayong matakot dahil ang transition, ang challenge, hindi nagmumula sa society, sa sasabihin ng iba, kundi dapat ang i-please natin ang ating mga magulang. Kaya magpakabuti tayo, tapusin natin ang pag-aaral nang sa gayon, maging maganda ang buhay natin at ng ating pamilya. Because with the love of my parents, with the love of my mother, with or without the crown, I am already a queen. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, candidate number 2. Let's move on to candidate number 3. Judge number 3, Mr. Michael Joe Bukay.
Good evening, candidate number 3.
Hi sir, good evening po.
So your question runs this way. Amidst the pandemic that we are still facing right now, how will you ignite the light of positivity to others? Again, amidst the pandemic that we are still facing right now, how will you ignite the light of positivity to others?
Thank you so much, sir, for that very heartwarming question. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed saddening that in the year 2020, we experienced lockdown because of the coronavirus or the COVID-19 pandemic. And yet, at this very moment of time, we are still experiencing difficulties because of this. But then the question goes this way: how would I be able to ignite the light for the people to be able to be inspired? You know what, ladies and gentlemen, as I stand here in front of everybody, showing that we are now walking towards endemic, means that we are slowly eliminating the sufferings that we have because of the pandemic that we are actually still experiencing. I hope that this very moment that we are enjoying, you are being able to inspire that tomorrow we will have a bright and safer community. And so we, as a member of the community, should always follow the protocols given by the government because it is the only possible way for us to be able to escape this nightmare that we are actually in. And so I hope that everyone here tonight is vaccinated and is still following the protocols, not just here in this very venue, but in every day of our living. And I hope that this light that I have ignited with this answer, you are inspired. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now moving on to candidate number 4. Judge number 4, Sir Johnson Paite.
Good evening.
Hello sir, good evening as well.
Again, sa niya. Sa iyong palagay, ay sa iyong opinion, ano ang dapat pagtuunan ng pansin ng ating pamahalaan? Edukasyon o ekonomiya?
Sorry sir, that was inaudible. Please, can you please repeat the question?
Sa iyong opinion, ano ang dapat pagtuunan ng pansin ng ating pamahalaan? Edukasyon o ekonomiya?
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, people of Balasbas, good evening again. So the question that was given to me is that, ano daw po dapat ang mas pagtuunan ng pansin ng ating gobyerno? Would it be the education or the economy? Ladies and gentlemen, in my own distinct perspective, I would rather choose the education. Why is that so? Me, myself, as an incoming medicine student of the University of Santo Tomas, Legazpi, with that chosen course of mine, I wanted to pursue that course because I wanted to help the community, most especially during this time. During these times that we are still dealing with the pandemic. And with that, with this education, we have many kids that dream as a teacher, doctors, and other many dreams. And with their dreams, we were able to rise our economy. Once they were able to succeed in life, once they become businessmen or any other fields they wanted to pursue, I know that with that chosen course, they will be able to help the economy of the Philippines. That is why, sabi nga nila, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Thank you so much.
The education is indeed powerful. Okay, next contestant. Contestant number 5. Judge number 5 will be Miss Joanne David.
Good evening, candidate number 5.
Good evening, ma.
This is your question. What is your stand on same-sex marriage?
Good evening, my dear brothers and sisters here in Balasbas, Manito. My stand in same-sex marriage is that, of course, I do not agree to it. With respect to the law abiding in the Bible, because we are living in a Roman Catholic country. So that law that is promulgated by our Lord God is one of the most 7 sacraments. And it is very sacred. So, same-sex marriage, I do not agree to that. It's because it shows disrespect in terms of Catholicism. But I do agree with same-sex relationship because love is genderless, boundless, and limitless. No matter what gender you have, no matter what physical looks you have, you are capable to be loved. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me take this moment to inspire the people around me that loving others is very important because you give grace, compassion, and of course the essential things that you want to emphasize to other people. Because those type of love is a type of inspiration also for them to strive harder. And of course, you can also show that love to your children because your children will be the people of tomorrow and maybe they could be the great steward in order to spread that love in the future. So tonight, I can better go to sleep because if I disagree with the same-sex marriage, I know tomorrow will have a very beautiful and lovely sunrise. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Candidate number 5. Candidate number 6. Judge number 6 will be Miss Jonaline Brimon.
Hello, candidate number 6.
Hi po.
So here's my question. If you will be given the chance to meet God personally, what is your 3 questions about Him as LGBT? I repeat, if you will be given the chance to meet God personally, what is your 3 questions about Him as LGBT?
Maraming salamat po sa iyong napakagandang kapag. Kung bibigyan man po ako ng pagkakataon na magkita kami ng Diyos, ano daw po ang 3 katanungan na pwede kong itanong? Unang-una, wala na pong halong palabo, sasagutin po yan ng tumpak. Unang-una, bakit hindi kaya kaming irespeto ng ibang tao, ngunit kami din naman ay tao? Diba? Kasi tayo ang ginawa ng Diyos na pantay-pantay, walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Pangalawa, bakit hindi kaya kaming tanggapin ng iilan? Tayo ay anak
ng Diyos, tayo ay parehong ginawa galing sa alikabok. Kaya walang sino man ang hindi pwedeng tumanggap sa aming LGBTQ dahil tayo ay linikha ng Diyos. Pangatlo, bakit sa tuwing kami ay sasali sa mga ganitong patimpala? May mga taong nagtatawanan sa tuwing kami ay rumarampa sa entablado. Hindi ninyo alam na ang suot namin heels kung gaano kasakit. Hindi ninyo alam sa bawat lakad namin sa entablado, may inspirasyon kami. Katulad ko, sumali ako dito dahil gusto kong ipakita sa mga tao, gusto kong ipakita sa magulang ko na ako bilang bakla, hindi lamang po isang bakla, ngunit baklang may kayang patunayan sa mga tao, lalong-lalo na sa magulang ko. At higit sa lahat, sa buong may kapal, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And to our last candidate number 7, our charge will be Miss Rachel Perdigon.
Okay, candidate number 7, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, here's your questions. If you had a chance to legalize something that is illegal, what would that be and why? I repeat, if you had a chance to legalize something that is illegal, what would that be and why?
Okay, thank you for that very mind-boggling question. If I would be given a chance to play a role of illegalized character, or illegalized thing in this world, I would definitely play to be a thief. Why do I say so? Since I was a child, I already experienced poverty here in this world. Ako po ay pinanganak na mahirap. Ako po ay may mga magulang na mahirap. Definitely, my heart would always go with the poor people. Because ladies and gentlemen, if I would be given a chance to be a thief, I would definitely get a millions of money. Then, I will give it to the poor people so that they would have a food to eat and they could afford what they want. Because ladies and gentlemen, I always believe what my mother said, that always choose to be a good people to other people. Because that was the thing that God taught us, to be a good person, especially to the poor people. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, pinanganak po akong mahirap. I strive hard to finish my studies. I know what it is to be a poor person. That's why I am very thankful for that question, because the poor people would be enlightened tonight. So, my power and my strength would always go to the poor people, because I always believe that what you do for yourself dies with you. But what you do for the betterment